Here we want to find the area of the region bounded by the graphs of the equations y equals x squared plus 2x plus 2, which is going to graph to be a parabola, and then x cubed plus 2. Maybe we don't remember how that function graphs from algebra, but it looks like a thrown piece of spaghetti. Even if you don't remember that, say all you remember is that x squared is a parabola. We can use that to figure out which one's the upper function, which one's the lower function. So looking at this parabola here, this blue one, that must be the x squared plus 2x plus 2 function, and then we have x cubed plus 2 must be that green function. Looking at the region bounded by these two graphs, it is right here. And in that region, the blue parabola that we should recognize, the x squared function, is the lower function. So the x cubed is the higher function. So the x values where they intersect are from -1 to 0, always x's, never y's when you set it up. And your upper function is x cubed plus 2, minus your lower function is the parabola x squared plus 2x plus 2 dx. Before we solve this out, we can think about what our answer is going to be. We're stuck in a 1 by 1 box, so our answer should be between 0 and 1. So definitely not 0. There is some area there, but definitely not going to be bigger than 1. I don't even think it's going to be bigger than a half looking at this. It doesn't even take up half of that box. But we can use that to keep in mind and figure out what that region does have an area of exactly. I might do some side work before I integrate though. I have x cubed plus 2. I'm going to have a minus x squared, a minus 2x, and a minus 2. Distributing that minus to every single term. So I'm really taking the integral from -1 to 0, my two x values, of x cubed, that first term. I have a minus x squared for the second term. For the x term, it's a minus 2x. And then lastly, the positive 2 and the negative 2 for the constant, those cancel out. So again, 2 minus 2 is 0. So we're just integrating x cubed minus x squared minus 2x dx. So adding 1 to each of these, 3 plus 1 is 4, so 1 over 4x to the 4. 2 plus 1 is 3, so we have 1 over 3 x to the 3. And then this last function, we're going to have minus 2 over 2 x to the 2, which is just going to cancel out. It'll just be a minus x squared from -1, it's my lower bound, to 0 is my upper bound. So I'd grab my calculator, I'd plug in my upper bound first into this, and so I'd get 1/4 of 0 to the 4th minus 1/3 of 0 to the 3rd minus 0 squared, which is just all going to be 0. Minus, now I'd probably have to grab my calculator and plug in -1. And when I do, I'm getting a decimal that keeps going, so I'm going to make it a fraction. I get a -5/12. And I remember I'm doing 0 minus a negative, which is going to make it a positive 5/12. Or as a decimal, this is 0.416 repeating. Which makes sense. We said our answer is going to be somewhere between 0 and 1. I thought it would be a little less than a half, so that answer of 0.416 seems to make perfect sense.